Have you ever looked down and realized your cat has been following you? Again? Room to room, hallway to kitchen, even waiting just outside the bathroom like a small patient shadow. Most people laugh it off and assume it's about food or maybe boredom. That's the easy answer. But animal behaviorists say this quiet little habit is actually one of the most revealing things your cat does. Because your cat isn't just following you. They're communicating with you. And once you understand what they're actually trying to say, the way you see your cat will never quite be the same. The first reason cats follow their owners is one of the most powerful things a cat can express without making a single sound. It comes down to trust. Cats are not pack animals. Unlike dogs, they didn't evolve to depend on a group for survival. Their instinct is to be cautious, independent, and deeply selective about who they allow themselves to stay close to. That instinct doesn't disappear just because your cat lives in a warm, comfortable home. It's still running quietly in the background of everything they do. So when a cat chooses to follow someone, not because they're hungry, not out of habit, but simply to be near them, that cat has made a deliberate decision. They've looked at you and concluded in the deep logic of their instincts that being close to you feels better than being apart from you. But that's only part of the story.
Behavior experts describe this as one of the clearest signals of genuine trust a cat can offer. They don't have words. They can't sit you down and tell you how they feel. So instead, they follow you to the kitchen while you make your morning coffee. They appear at your feet in the hallway like a quiet companion. And in their language, every single one of those moments carries the same meaning. I feel safe when you're here. Many cats do this more noticeably with one specific person in the household. If your cat chooses to follow you over everyone else, that choice says something real. You are their safe place. And that is not something a cat gives to just anyone. The second reason is something most owners never think about, and it has everything to do with how your cat actually experiences the world. Cats live in a world built almost entirely on scent. Their sense of smell is estimated to be between 9 and 16 times stronger than ours, and they use it to understand almost everything around them. What's safe, what's familiar, what belongs in their space, and what doesn't. When you move through your home, you leave a trail. Your scent settles on the chair you sat in, the blanket you touched, the room you just walked out of. To your cat, that trail is a map, and you are at the center of it. Researchers believe cats form deep scent associations with the people who care for them. Your smell becomes connected in your cat's mind with safety, routine, and comfort. So when you move to a new room, your cat isn't just following your footsteps. They're following the thing that makes their entire environment feel like home. You may have noticed this most after being away. When you return from a trip, or even just a long day at work, your cat may stay unusually close for hours. They're not being dramatic. They're reestablishing connection, refreshing that scent bond, reassuring themselves that the most comforting presence in their world is back where it belongs. To your cat, you don't just represent food or a familiar face. You are a living signal that everything is okay. But the third reason is where things get genuinely interesting, because it has nothing to do with attachment at all. Cats are intensely curious creatures, and your home, from their perspective, is their territory. Territory is something they feel compelled to monitor, understand, and keep track of at all times. Every room is a zone. Every sound carries information they feel the need to process. And when you move through the house, you become one of the most unpredictable and therefore most fascinating as variables in their entire environment. You open doors they can't open on their own. You go into rooms that haven't been visited in a while. You create sounds, the refrigerator opening, water running, a drawer sliding shut. That all means something to a cat trying to stay informed about their world. Many behavior experts believe that cats often follow their owners, not because they need anything, but simply because you are the most interesting thing happening in the room. This becomes especially clear when something in your routine changes. Rearranged furniture, something new brought into the house, a shift in your daily schedule. In all of these moments, you may notice your cat following more closely than usual. They're not anxious. They're gathering data. And you, as the most familiar and reliable presence in their territory, are the reference point they use to decide whether anything is worth worrying about. The fourth reason runs deeper than most people expect, and it connects to the invisible structure your cat has quietly built around your daily life. Cats have remarkably precise internal clocks. They know when you typically wake up, when meals tend to happen, when the energy of the house shifts toward evening. They've mapped your rhythms, often more accurately than you're even aware of yourself. And over time, your movements through the home become woven into the fabric of their daily sense of order and calm.
Behavior experts believe that for many cats, following their owner isn't just habit, it's regulating. Your walk to the kitchen at a certain hour is a cue. Your settling onto the couch signals a shift in the pace of the day. Your heading toward the bedroom tells them it's time to wind down. You may feel like you're simply moving through your day, but to your cat, your movements are the structure around which their entire sense of normalcy is built. This is why cats who live with people who work from home are often the most devoted followers of all. They've had the chance to learn your routine in fine detail. When you get up, they get up. When you change rooms, they recalibrate. If you've ever felt like your cat understands your patterns better than most people in your life do, this is exactly why. Now, there is one reason cats follow their owners that most people completely miss. It doesn't show up in the obvious moments, and when you hear it, it might just change the way you see every quiet afternoon your cat is spent by your side. The fifth reason surprises almost everyone because it has nothing to do with wanting anything from you at all. We tend to assume that when a cat follows us, they're after something: food, playtime, a door opened, and sometimes that's true. But behavior experts who study feline communication point to something quieter and far more meaningful. Cats follow their owners as a form of silent companionship, not because they need something, but because being near you is, in itself, enough. In feline social behavior, proximity carries deep meaning. Cats don't communicate through long conversations or obvious displays of affection. They communicate through space, through where they choose to be, how close, and how consistently. A cat who follows you through the house all day, never asking for a single thing, is engaged in one of the most genuine forms of communication available to them. They are choosing, over and over, in the small and unremarkable moments of every day, to simply be where you are. Some animal behaviorists describe this as true companionship behavior, not dependency, not attention-seeking, the same quiet impulse that draws us to sit in the same room as someone we love, even when neither of you is saying a word. In their language, that is as close to love as anything gets. The sixth reason is the one that tends to stay with people the longest, because it speaks to something most cat owners have felt but never quite had words for. Some cats follow their owners more during difficult times, not their own, yours. Many people have noticed that during hard seasons in their lives, their cat becomes more present than usual, more likely to seek them out, more likely to stay close in a way that feels almost intentional. It would be easy to call this coincidence, but researchers who study the human-animal bond believe cats are genuinely sensitive to shifts in their owner's emotional state. They notice changes in the way you carry yourself. They pick up on shifts in your voice, your energy, the rhythm of your movements through the day. They don't understand the details of what you're going through, but they register that something about their person feels different. And for many cats, the response is simply to get closer, to stay nearby, to offer the only comfort they know how to give, their quiet, warm, unhurried presence. Whether or not your cat fully understands what you're feeling, they notice when something has changed, and they respond by doing what they do best. They follow you through the hard days the same way they follow you through the ordinary ones, steadily, faithfully, without needing to be asked. So the next time your cat appears in the doorway just as you've moved to a new room, or settles nearby without asking for a single thing, or simply keeps pace with you through the small movements of your day, see it for what it really is. Not clinginess, not boredom, not an animal watching for an opportunity to be fed. For many cats, following you is one of the most honest things they do. It's how they stay connected to the person who matters most in their world. It's how they tell you, without a single word, that they trust you, that your presence makes their world feel safe and whole, that wherever you go, they'd simply rather be there too. To your cat, you are not just the person who fills the food bowl, you are home. And the way they show you that, quietly, consistently, every single ordinary day, is by making sure they're never too far behind.